Welcome. Coming to you live from the Olympic Sculpture Garden. That's right. Now they call it that because, well, there's these big sculptures around. There's a chair right over here that you can't move because it's a sculpture. And if you look behind me all the way, you can see the Olympic Mountains. That's right. And I'm watching across the roadway. The roadway that goes into the Pike Place Market, straight out that way. And I'm watching across rabbits running around through the bushes. Getting to be that time of year. Rabbits crawling around in here, that's right. People walking their dogs, wearing their masks. Life is getting by. What more can you ask? Well, you could ask for some progress. And I think that's on the table. Because we're only primates, but you know, we're doing the best that we're able. And before you know it, we're going to identify that door and then we're going to open it. And there'll be no going back anymore once we open that door. I'll start off today with a song about an old man that I met years ago when I used to help out at the free breakfast for school children program up there at the Yester Terrace Housing Project. His name is Frank Grouter, and he had a little dog named Curly that he walked up and down and out and around every day. The only thing that Frank wanted to do in his whole life, really fundamentally, was to go back to New Orleans where he came from. And I'm starting off with this song because Frank's the kind of guy that would get no notice, no privilege, be made to sit outside, live in a tent, something like that. But there were people in the neighborhood, people all over town in those days, that knew how to get things done. And they did. So this song is called Mr. Grouter, and this is for everybody that needs to get things done. Every day early in the morning, so when the sunlight arises, cutting through the fog, footsteps softly sound around the corner. It's Mr. Grouter walking with his dog. A coat collar up, warm against the weather. Got his captain's cap riding in place. The daylight brightens and the mist is a-lifting. It's another new day, you can see it on his face. Going back to Louisiana one of these days. Back to Louisiana, but till then, this is where I am gonna stay. Never made much money in a money world. Never learned to read or to write so well. Never had a vote 'cause he couldn't read the ballot. But he could see fines as clear as a bell. He used to work a job in the shipyard docks. 20 years ago, he was a younger man. The changes came and left him stranded, and put him out of walking with time on his hands. I'm going back to Louisiana one of these days. Back to Louisiana, but till then, this is where I am gonna stay. Now who would ever steal an old man's money? how's he gonna pay for the rent? But this old man had friends and neighbors, yes he did, and they knew about the way things went, yes they did. So they had a little talk with the landlord, and they taught Mr. Grouter how to sign his name. And they drove those thieves so far out of town that they never came back again. Going back to Louisiana, one of these days going back to Louisiana, but till then, this is where I am gonna stay. I'm going back to Louisiana, one of these days going back, but till then, this is where I'm gonna stay. So every day early in the morning, with his best friend Curly walking by his side, thinking about family relations. Way down south is a mighty long ride. Good morning, Mr. Grouter, tell me how you doing. It's a mighty fine day with the sun so bright. Tell me, have you got any plans for the future? Well, I'm going to take a trip if it works out right. Where you going? I'm going back to Louisiana, one of these days going back to Louisiana, but till then, this is where I am gonna stay. I'm going back to Louisiana, one of these days. Back to Louisiana, but till then, this is where I am gonna stay. Yeah, right here. They got some good people in this town. That's a true story. I haven't played this guitar before outside. Used to belong to a friend of mine named Bill Wood. This is for you, Bill. When Margarette Keenan took the first vaccine, I was 6,000 miles away. Invisible danger in the wind-blown weather of an otherwise typical Tuesday. Governor's orders on the home front. No bars, no restaurants. Masks and seals 6 miles away. Everybody has to do their part. Margaret Keenan lives in England. So when she took that first vaccine, she was in fact 6,000 miles away. I'll do that first verse over again. When Margaret Keenan took the first vaccine, I was 6,000 miles away. Invisible danger in the wind-blown weather of an otherwise typical Tuesday. Governor's orders on the home front. No bars, no restaurants. Masks and shields 6 feet apart. Everybody has to do their part. Margarette Keenan was 90 years old when she rolled up her sleeve. This won't hurt, I know it won't. And she began to breathe. And we all breathed with her, all of us at once. We've been holding our breath for 9 long months. Margarette Keenan was from Enniskillen, up on Ireland's Isle. If I can do it, so can you, she said it with a smile. If I can do it, so can you, she said it with a smile. And that's true. It's beautiful out here. I wish you could come out and look at it. Maybe you can look outside wherever you might be. You know? Okay. The virus shut it down. A billion hammers dropped. Go home, they said, and stay there. The world will have to stop. From deep inside my safety place, it finally came to me that the greatest thing in all the world is what you cannot see. It came in on a cruise ship, sailing on the mist, passed on with a handshake and a kiss. Rose up like a wall of fog that wasn't even there. It made the sun go blank, and it settled everywhere. Rich man on his yacht, anchored in the bay, thinking that his money will keep the virus away. Poor people crowded through unthinkable design. They have no other choice. They're on the wrong side of the line. And when all of this is over and the morning meets the dawn, we will hold each other close and carry on. Safety nets were broken. They'd thrown them out. They said they cost too much money, and we were better off without. Nurses working double shifts, the doctors and the rest, attending to the protocols and hoping for the best. Soldiers at the food bank, helping on the line, while people took their meals one at a time. Neighbors helping neighbors, the way it ought to be, and that's the only way we'll make it, if you ask me. And when all of this is over, and the morning meets the dawn, we will hold each other close and carry on. Now back then, the president was useless, and he had to be ignored. He was an obstacle that we couldn't afford. The air was getting cleaner, the water in the streams, the mountains in the distance, you could see them gleam. The stars shone like jewelry against the blankets of the sky. It was like somebody just reached out and took the blindfolds from your eyes. It was stunning to comprehend how little time it took. Stunning, yes it was. And all you had to do was look. going through the rubble, waking from our sleep, knowing what to throw away and what to keep. If there is a better world to pursue, I'll meet you there. And that's what we will do. Let us not go back to normal. Let us not give in to fear. Not the normal of the way it was, because that's what brought us here. Somewhere in the distance, there's another kind of door to another kind of future. We can't stay here anymore. And when all of this is over and the morning meets the dawn, we will hold each other close and carry on. Virus shut it down. A billion hammers dropped. Go home, they said, and stay there. The world will have to stop. And the guitar player will have to tune it. All right, hold on. So when I was in high school, you know, people were taking music classes and stuff and learning to play the tuba and appreciate the greats. I was getting into the country blues. Lightnin Hopkins was my man. Lightnin was from Texas, a little town called Centerville. About as big as this park bench I'm sitting on. Now, I don't play this like a blues song. I play it like it feels like it wants to be played. No one can sing the blues like Lightnin Hopkins. I don't care what anybody said. I was 15 years old, riding by the passenger window with my radio up against my head. And that's when I heard him for the first time, cutting in through the noise of the car, and my whole world turned upside down. I just had to learn to sing and play guitar. So I got on my bicycle with the high-rise handlebars, and I would ride for 20 miles on a run. I got every one of his records I could find back then. Yes, I did. I had 11 of them by the time I was done. And I never learned to play the blues. I hope that's all right. I never learned to play the blues, but I could sing and play guitar all night. Now, years later, up here in Seattle town, the Lightnin came to play 3 nights in a row. I caught up with him early in the dressing room. Somehow I just had to let him know. So I took out my guitar and I started playing. And I made him up a song to tell it right about the radio, the car, and all of his records. And how glad I was to meet him that night. And I sang about what he taught me without even knowing it. And all the lessons I still had to learn. And Lightnin, he just grinned. And when I was done, he told me a story in return. And I never learned to play the blues. I hope that's all right. I never learned to play the blues, but I could sing and play guitar all night. Now this is what he told me. He said he was walking down around the back road in Texas one time when he was only 12 years old. He was carrying his guitars almost as big as he was. He was tired, hungry, and cold. He saw some people were having a picnic, and he asked if he could sing for his meal. They turned him away, he said, because he was too raggedy. He could still remember how it made him feel. Then he looked off into the distance through his dark sunglasses, and he grinned a little more just for chance. He said, now I got money in the bank back home, and they know who I am in France. And I never learned to play the blues. I hope that's all right. I never learned to play the blues, but I could sing and play guitar all night. Yeah, just like this. Now, Lightnin died back in '82. I can still remember where I was and how I heard. I was playing the meeting place in Dublin. The local blues singer paid me the word. Now, some people, they pass right through you. Yes, and maybe they leave a little mark. Some people shine like a light for you sometimes. Help you find your way when it gets dark. They say that this world is made of stories. And from these stories, our songs are grown. Sometimes, you know, the songs just get so big, you have to go out and make a song of your own. And I never learned to play the blues. I hope that's all right. I never learned to play the blues, but I could sing and play guitar all night. That's right. Okay, St. Patrick's Day is coming up pretty soon. Next week. Patty's Day, they call it. Some people call it. So hold a second, I'm going to do this song from my buddies over there. And my buddies over here. I learned this from the singing of Christy Moore. Christy wrote the last verse. It's called the Galtee Mountain Boy. Whoops, hold on now. Joined the flying column in 1916. In Cork was Sean mine, Tipperary went Dan Breen. Now I'm arrested by Free Staters, and I'm sentenced to die. Farewell to Tipperary, said the Galtee Mountain Boy. We went across the valleys and over the hilltops green, where we met with Danny Lacey, Sean Hogan, and Dan Breen. Sean Milam and his gallant men, they kept the flag flying high. Farewell to Tipperary, said the Galtee Mountain Boy. We tracked the Wicklow Mountains, we were rebels on the run, and though hunted night and morning, we were outlaws but free men. We tried the Dublin Mountains when the sun was shining high. Farewell to Tipperary, said the Galtee Mountain Boy. Bid farewell to old Clonmel that I never more will see, and to the Galtee Mountains that oft times sheltered me. Those are ones who fought for their liberty and who died without a sigh. May their cause be ne'er forgotten, said the Galtee Mountain Boy. Ooh, hello now. Yeah, this is a song that kind of has the kind of groove that you would adopt if you were walking around on a day like this, day like today. So if you can get outside wherever you might be, I'm not talking about the Arctic Circle or the inside of a volcano. I'm talking about maybe a couple of blocks away from a park. Maybe it's still daytime or just getting dark. Maybe it's raining, you could get an umbrella, or maybe it's fine, shiny blue. Whatever it's like, wherever you are, maybe there's something you can do to get out. Say hello to your neighbors. Song about a little town in Taiwan called Meinong. They had these big ponds in Meinong, and one of them was filled with grass. And I would see the farmers that tended the grass actually go in there and wade around and dive in it practically. That's what I remember anyway. Wrestle around with those long, fronds of grass, I guess that's what you'd say. And I'd look at it and I'd think, what in the world is that? Do they make baskets out of it? I was playing a festival, right? So one day, I was hungry and I went backstage to the band feeding area. And there was a big bowl full of grass. Warm, cooked grass that had little yellow pods on it from time to time. Faint yellow, not bright yellow, just little, you know. And I saw people eating it and I thought, well, if they're eating it, I'm gonna eat it. And I did, and it was good too. I have no idea what it was called, but it's good and it's in the song. The song is called Meinong. In Meinong, in the valley of the butterfly, time doesn't go very fast. Things just seem to last. In Meinong, I saw a butterfly dance like a butterfly does. Made me think about how clumsy I was. In Meinong, I saw a man on a bicycle balancing a load of wood. His balance was that good. In Meinong, I saw a family of 5 on a motor scooter going out for a drive. Meinong. And it's a big round world, yes it is, all around the world. It's a big round world, yes it is, all around the world. In Meinong, there was a temple on the hillside. I prayed to the Buddha for the flower to open up wide. In Meinong, I drank the good strong ginger tea, and it agreed with me. In Meinong, everything grew, tomato and the pepper and the betel nut too. In Meinong, I ate the green grass, the fish and the squid, and everybody else did too in Meinong. It's a big round world, yes it is, all around the world. It's a big round world, all around the world. In Meinong, I don't know what I was singing because I recognize you. And I know you were probably passing through, and I'm singing a song and I'm getting it wrong. And I knew it when I started, but now it's gone. And it's time for a guitar solo it is. Here we go, look out. In Meinong, there was a melon so sweet, juicy on my sweater, and something like an apple, only better. In Meinong, the sun flew by on a butterfly breeze. The ricochet wing way up in the trees. In Meinong, my spirit got lighter and my head got clear. And I thought to myself, I'm gonna stay right here in Meinong. And it's a big round world, yes it is. All around the world, it's a big round world. All around the world. in Meinong. All around the circle eternity flows. But after a while you gotta go, I suppose. In Meinong, everybody's got a home and I got mine. Don't say goodbye, say see you next time in Meinong. And it's a big round world, yes it is. All around the world, it's a big round world. All around the world. Oh, it's a big round world, yes it is. All around the world, it's a big round world. All around the world. Hiroshima, okay.
Somebody else asked for anime.
Okay.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
My friend Lisa. Hey. You just happen to be here. Well, we walk 3 times a week. Okay, cool. Vigorously. Yes. And stumbled upon you. Cool. Happy walking. Yes, enjoy. Perfect day.
It is good. What's the name of the person who wants this song? Any idea?
Somebody from Belfast.
Oh, good. Belfast. A lot of Belfast people are watching me these days. I feel a Belfast gig coming on. I love Belfast, man, I'll tell you. That's a town and a half. Wrote this song back in 1974. Man, that's a long time ago. Donkey's years. Way back in the Pleistocene era. It's called Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Russian Roulette. Whoa. Train going behind me. They dropped the bomb in 45 to end the World War. No one had ever seen such a terrible sight before. The world watched with eyes wide to see where it would lead as the politics of power passed around the seed. It was a time to remember that we never can forget they were playing Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Russian roulette. They arose like the saviors of our modern human race, with radiation halos that hung above their face, with the key to the sure cure and treatment of our ills. A hot shot of cobalt, a pocket full of pills, speaking always of the enemy who lurked across the seas while moving in among us like a carrier disease. Deep inside the bunkers of the concrete and lead, Einstein's disciples, working steadily ahead, building heavy metal power plants to fire the city lights. And all you hear is the underground humming in the night, and the walls of tight security circle all around where they spill out all the poison and they bury it in the ground. Holed up in the harbors, hidden secretly away, the warheads and the submarines await to make their play, and the military masterminds improve on their designs, while the soldiers get all doped up and stumble through the lines, and the leaks in the water get carried by the tide. They call it national security, I call it attempted homicide. governors and statesmen, on congressional pay, quick to please the hand that feeds. Careful what they say, they call out experts to assure us, and to wave their magic wands. This is the power of the future, they say, and the future marches on, and they gather up their favors and political gains, while the spills fill the rivers and settle in the plains. I know the minds behind them. They are riddled full of holes. They are not to be trusted. With their hands at the controls, their eyesight is twisted. With the glory of their careers, heaped praise of flattery is music to their ears, and to listen to them talk about how it hasn't happened yet, like playing Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Roulette. Those who brought the deaths of millions, for it was their stock in trade, are afflicted with the fallout that they themselves have made. They have sealed their own inevitable doom, and it will surely come. And not even the moons of Jupiter will be far enough away to run when the world that they've assaulted begins to turn around, and the unavoidable gravity pulls them to the ground. Yes, and to listen to them talk about how it hasn't happened yet is like playing Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Russian roulette. Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Russian roulette. Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Russian roulette. Okay, hold on now. Move this thing. Got a request for this song, too. The story of this song starts in Canada, goes down to Boston, goes out to Pine Ridge, ends up in the Badlands. It doesn't really end. It doesn't end in the Badlands, but you know what I'm saying. The story's still going on. America has heroes. The country that we call, let's just give it a name. Let's just say that this landmass that we occupy has a lot of heroes. Most of them you've never heard of. Every once in a while, one of them winds up on a stamp. Used to mail your letters. This song about one of those heroes. Didn't wind up on no stamp. But what she stood for is what's worth standing for. Her name was Anime Aquash. The song is called Anime, and it goes like this. Anime came to the plains, I'm told, from way up east to where the weather gets cold. And she said, I hear there's been trouble down here. Trouble, we've been getting trouble every year. Anime made a vow by the fire that night that she would give her life to the people's fight. And then the voice and the whispering the wind did say, somebody's gonna get hurt someday. In 1909, 1972. Blow, Dakota, blow. Trouble in the Pine Ridge settlement grew, and the cold Dakota winds they blow. And in 1973, blow, Dakota, blow. The trouble exploded a wounded knee, and the cold Dakota winds they blow. And in 1974, blow, Dakota, blow. There was a backlash beating at everybody's door, and the cold Dakota winds they blow. And then the warning passed from tongue to tongue, blow, Dakota, blow. If there was trouble a-comin' with the federal gun, and the cold Dakota winds they blow. They took Anime out the jail one day, blow, Dakota, blow. But that's exactly why they never would say, but the cold Dakota winds they blow. Oh, they wanted some facts and they wanted some names, blow, Dakota, blow. But Anime wouldn't tell them a thing, but the cold Dakota winds they blow. She said, you can kill me dead, lock me away, and blow, Dakota, blow. But that's what you're gonna be doing anyway, and the cold Dakota winds they blow. Then they said, all right, you're free to go, blow, Dakota, blow. But just don't say we never warned you so, and the cold Dakota winds they blow. There were two, or there were three when they're walking on the Badlands then. But only two coming back again. And it's a mystery, I heard it said, how Anime died with the bullet in her head. The story spread both far and wide, blow, Dakota, blow. How another daughter of the people had died, and the cold Dakota winds they blow. Oh, and then the warning, and the people came from many a mile, blow, Dakota, blow, to lay her away in traditional style, while the cold Dakota winds blow. And the song upon the drum was sung, blow, Dakota, blow. And the sky covered over and the storm did come, with the cold Dakota winds that blow. And the voice and the howling of winds did say, blow, Dakota, blow. Somebody's gonna pay someday for the cold Dakota winds that blow. 11:50?
11:50. Got a nice little batch of Belfast films.
Cool. Belfast. All right, Belfast. This is for Belfast. I don't know why this is for Belfast, but makes sense. I got a record coming out one of these days. Before too long, recording's done, mixing's done, mastering's done. We're doing the artwork now. That's the part where you gotta like needles and pins and moons and move things around. Yeah, we came here for inspiration. That's right. This is a song about what's going on around here, I guess, in some ways. Well, let's see. Yeah, I'll do that one instead. I'm gonna do this one. Yeah. Politically, things are getting very interesting. Nikita Oliver has just declared her candidacy for District 9, is that right? Yeah, City Council, County Council? City Council. Damn, that's awesome. If you know anything about Seattle politics, that's awesome. So this song is called Amazon, and it goes right like this. Here, put it here. I'll do a couple more songs for you. Thanks for being here. This is the Olympic Sculpture Park, and it's colder than it looks. This song is on the record. We live in a boomtown metropolis, a place where success is a weapon of war. Some people live in spectacular mansions. Some people can't afford to live anywhere anymore, but Bezos has the money. He's got all of that money. More than $100 billion in his pants, way down in his pants. They built a shiny new temple to themselves downtown. People genuflect as they pass. Artificial sunlight and climate control, so they can colonize the jungle behind a pane of glass. And because Bezos has the money, he's got all of that money clutching in the fingers of his hand. He's a rich man. You don't have the right to use that name. Amazon, it is a nation and a people. Amazon, one of the world's greatest rivers. Amazon, it is the lungs of the planet, and we can barely breathe anymore. We gather together to see what is to be done. We know the risks we take are perilous. We sharpen up our wits for the days ahead to come. Somebody has to, and it might as well be us, because we have the history. We know what we are doing. And we will not just disappear. We're gonna stay right here. Amazon, you don't have the right to use that name. Amazon, it is a nation and a people. Amazon, one of the world's greatest rivers. Amazon, it is the lungs of the planet, and this is our planet, and it is not for sale. All right, I know what I'm going to end with. One of my favorite songs. Wrote it myself. Somebody had to. If you go to any town on the planet, my guess is any town on the planet, you will find some sort of metro transit, some sort of bus system, some sort of way that people get around without driving. Without having to walk everywhere. Belfast has buses. They got the taxis, the black taxis. That's right. Dublin's got buses, train systems. New York's got the subway. An illustrated cartoon subway for people to drive, ride around on 24/7. San Francisco, Los Angeles, Seattle got the Metro Transit. And this is a song about the transit. Because in spite of ourselves, in spite of all of our outward pompous egotism, I will not help my fellow human being. I'm a Republican, goddammit. We still actually like each other. We do. We actually do fundamentally like each other. And so you will notice when you're on the bus, people get off the bus. As they get off the bus, they say, thanks. That's right. Most of them, 90% of them say thanks when they get off the bus. It's a trip. Nobody told them to. They just kind of do. So this song is called Everybody Thanks the Driver. And I thank you for being here. Time I rode the bus, I was hitching a ride. I was just a kid, flat broke. I got on board, sat down and got warm, and across town we rode. Took me just about a block away from exactly where I was trying to get. I said, thanks. He said, see you later, and I still remember it yet. And everybody rides the bus. Everybody, that's us. Everybody rides the bus. And everybody thanks the driver. I used to know exactly how much money I had, but it was looking in the palm of my hand. 25 pennies right down to the number, just like I had it all planned. And I'd sit up front with the driver, and we'd have ourselves a chat. Smoke 'em if you got 'em, when it's just us two, we'd ride the line like that. And everybody rides the bus. Everybody, that's us. Everybody rides the bus. And everybody thanks the driver. Look out. Now Sam was a driver, a juggler and a clown. He just loved to make people laugh. He had a heart attack driving on the viaduct with no way to get off of that path. He said, I need a little help with the wheel up here, whatever little help you can give. And all together they pulled it over, saving everybody's life but his. And everybody rides the bus. Everybody, that's us. Everybody rides the bus. And everybody thanks the driver. Now my friend Annette, she's singing the blues and she's blowing harmonica too. But it's hard to make a living around here these days in this six-figure hullabaloo. So she drives the bus 5 days out of 7. On the other 2 she grooves. The wheels and the wherewithal. That's just how the world moves. And everybody rides the bus. Everybody, that's us. Everybody rides the bus. And everybody thanks the driver. So if you want my autograph, because you like the way I play the guitar, go ask a bus driver first. 'Cause I'll never get you that far. And everybody rides the bus. Everybody, that's us. Everybody rides the bus. And everybody thanks. See, everybody rides the bus. Everybody, that's us. Everybody rides the bus. And everybody thanks the driver. And I thank you. Thank you for being here. Sorry?
And Alexander Calder's eagle.
Alexander Calder's eagle?
Yes.
That's an eagle. Alexander, oh, I can see it now, man. That's a brilliant piece. This is the sculpture garden. Olympic Sculpture Garden, Seattle, Washington.
Are you recording?
Yes.
Because I know you. I forgot your name though.
I forgot it too. I'll figure it out later.
I've got a CD here.
Oh, good. Jim Page, that's my name. So thanks for being here, everybody. You know, if you feel like it, if you're up for it, tips are appreciated.
I already said it.
Okay, she said okay. Enough of that.
I
Enough
want
of
to
that.
show them this. Look at the one of the fire boats behind you.
I'm going to play some looking at the scenery music. Oh yeah, fireboats doing their thing with the water. So are we still okay?
Let's go.
Goodbye.